Hello. Welcome to another episode of Evol Reviews, where today we are going to be talking about Skinamarink, one of my favorites of the year so far. Which, why am I wearing headphones right now? Because I feel like that's the best, no, that's the only way to soak up the epicness of this movie right here. Check it out. And I know that this movie is very divisive right now. Like, half the people are feeling it, half the people aren't feeling it. So I'm going to give my 7 reasons of why I do not hate this film. My top 7 reasons. Number 1, the sound, which is why I'm wearing headphones. Because for the sound to be this like crazy as far as lo-fi, throughout the whole movie, because the movie's like over an hour and a half, I think it runs like an hour and 44 minutes, somewhere around there, but they nailed it, from the different angles that the sound's coming from, nailed it. And I honestly think that's a lot of people's issues with the movie, is because if they really couldn't experience the sound in a way that it was supposed to be experienced, because I know it's on Shudder right now, so a lot of people are watching it on their televisions, and I'm like, if you're going to watch it on your TV, you're going to need headphones, or, check it out in the theater. It's still playing at a few theaters out there, but this movie must be experienced in a environment where sound is key, I'm telling you. And it proves that it doesn't always have to be like the cleanest or crispest sound to get its point across. Like, a lot of the moments that I was just like gripped up were because of the things that they did, certain techniques. I'm thinking I'm hearing things from the right, from the left. I mean, it could have been because I had headphones on, but it just was very, very unsettling. Like, I give all the credit to the sound guys. Number 2 was the camera work, because oh my god, like, I've really never had a theater experience to where my eyes are like just searching for more and more and more. Like, a lot of people I know were like a little bit irritated because of what they were doing with the camera throughout the whole movie, because they kind of do it in a way where you're not really seeing a full body, a human body, or a full person, or a full hallway or whatever, like, consistently throughout the movie. But I feel like it kept me guessing, peeking, peering, especially because we're in complete, pitch black dark. Like, they've got multiple filters going on here. Like, it's a lot of things going on, but it all sells the experience. I'm telling you, it all sells the experience. Number 3 was that it was from the perspective of, the children, which takes a whole new level of innocence and helplessness, to the film, which I think really makes it work for me, especially, just remembering how you were as a kid and a child, and being afraid of the dark and just being helpless to your surroundings. Like, when you're an adult put in this type of situation, at least you have some sort of will, some sort of chance to fight back. But when you're a kid, like, what are you really gonna do? Which leads to number 4, which is the danger. There were so many times in this film where I was just like, oh my god, like, is someone gonna bust through the door and save these kids? Because this is some serious crap right here. A lot of times we see kids put in these predicaments, and there's some mythical Jiminy Cricket, coming to whisk them away, but there is no Jiminy Cricket in this movie. Skinamarink, I'm sorry, there's none of that. It's just a entity in the house with these children, and whatever this entity decides to do, that's what pretty much happens. And it's really fucked up. Like, it goes beyond just like, oh my god, this is a little unsettling. Like, it's really screwed up, like, I really felt like at a certain point, like, my anxiety was spiking, not just because I'm sitting in the dark with headphones on for like an hour plus or whatever, listening to sounds and different random pictures, but I'm feeling dread and anxiety for these kids, because kids don't deserve to be put in this type of danger. But I love that they're doing this. I just love it. Number 5 for me would have to be the jump scares, which I know a lot of people feel a certain way about jump scares, but I feel like this movie really, earned its keep in this regard. There were a lot of times where the sound would go up and down, and it's making you think like, oh, maybe I need to pay attention over here, and you're in the dark the whole movie, so you're looking for little things to come out and jump at you. But when they do, and I'm not gonna say like this thing is like overloaded with jump scares, but when they do, I had fun. Like there was a point where I literally yelped. A grown man, 11 o'clock at night, I yelped when this thing popped on the screen. In the cartoons, like whoever's idea it was to add cartoons in this film was genius, especially to use it and add it as a narrative tool, because there's a certain part in the film where one of the cartoons foreshadows a terrifying part of the movie, and I was just like, what? Because I saw it coming, but when it happened, I still was terrified. Again, you're in the dark the whole time, you're hearing all these sounds, it adds. In the cartoons, I'm telling you, I need more cartoons and movies because it's fucked up. Okay, I'm losing track. Number 6 was cartoons. Let's stay focused. And my number 7 would have to be the story, because I really don't care who's doing it. It could have been another director. It could have been, in someone else's hands. But the story, I feel like, is just a classic tale of just a terrifying situation. And then you're going to throw children into there. Like, it's just very, very, very terrifying. And then without spoilers, there is a part where they kind of drag you into the mix, and which was very terrifying. Like, I literally had to look away from the screen. I could not view that. I could not do it. I literally almost had to cut the movie off. Yes, as much as I love the film, there was a part in the film, especially towards the end, when I was like, I hope this shit ends. Not because it's bad, but because I was just feeling so much terror. It was getting a little too much. Kyle Edward Ball did a great job as a director. This was something very special. And Jamie McRae did a great job with her cinematography as well. I really, really enjoyed this one. I highly recommend everyone check it out. Even if, I know it's polarizing, but, check it out for yourself. Make a decision for yourself, because these movies really only come around like once every decade or two, like with the Blair Witch Project or Paranormal Activity. But it's really something dope to experience. You can actually check it out. Some theaters are still playing it, but you can always subscribe to Shudder. Check it out 24/7. And that concludes 7 things that I did not hate about Skinamarink. That's another episode of Evol Reviews. Thank you for joining. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment for more Evol Live. Check out some of my other content that I've got on the page as well. And as always, peace, love, and horror. We out.